Tomorrow in Tallahassee, Florida, there is going to be a rally, a Free Our Patriots rally in tally, put on by Trump-supporting Republicans demanding that Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis do whatever he can in his power to get what they're calling political prisoners released from custody. Now, here's what that actually means. There are no political prisoners being held in custody right now that these people want freed. The people they want freed are the 300-400 or so suspects that have been rounded up for the insurrection that took place in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. But those are the people that these Trump-loving Republicans who are going to rally and tally want released from prison. Here's what they said in a news release. We are sure that once Governor DeSantis takes the lead, other Patriot elected officials throughout the country will make the same push, and then Washington will have no choice but to bend. Really? Like, I never cease to be amazed at how stupid these people are. First and foremost, Ron DeSantis has no control whatsoever over who gets arrested, over who gets prosecuted, over what charges they face, and he can't release any of them or drop the charges against any of them, and his best buddy, Donald Trump, isn't president anymore. Ron DeSantis, along with literally every other governor in the country, has no control over anything that's happening with regard to the Capitol insurrectionist prosecutions. If you wanted something done about that, you'd actually need to go lobby Biden in order to issue pardons. In fact, what you should have done is you should have had your guy, when he was still president, go ahead and issue pardons if it was that big of a deal to you. But you didn't do that because, that was your guy, and he just left all of you out to, basically take the fall. So if you want to be pissed at somebody, you need to be pissed at Donald Trump because he's the one who technically, and honestly, I'm glad he didn't, but he could have pardoned each and every one of these individuals. Boom, done. No prosecutions, nothing to worry about. It's over. So if you want to take your anger, you want to go rally somewhere in Florida, how about you go rally at Mar-a-Lago and demand answers as to why Trump didn't free your buddies? But more importantly, you need to understand the fact that these people broke the law. They stormed the Capitol. They assaulted members of the press. They assaulted the police officers. They damaged property, which, Republicans were telling us last summer that Antifa damaging property was the worst thing in the world, and you wanted them locked up forever. And that was private property where people had insurance that paid to rebuild it and fix it and all of that. This is the Capitol. That's tax dollars. We have to pay for that crap. So no, none of these individuals should be arrested. None of these individuals are patriots. They're in fact the opposite. They're seditionists because they didn't want to go with what the United States government has set in law, and so they sought to overthrow it, essentially. So no, none of them deserve to be released. They deserve to face trial. They deserve a fair trial. 100%, no argument there. But that's what needs to happen. Now, this event is being organized in part, according to reports by a man named Luis Miguel, who is described by Raw Story here as a far-right candidate who is challenging Republican Senator Marco Rubio in the GOP primary. And Miguel recently wrote on Twitter, "Folks, the patriots who have been hunted down by the corrupt communist FBI are suffering. Many of them are veterans who fought for this nation. Let's do our part to ensure they're liberated. We can't allow this in America. Be there at the Florida Capitol July 10th. Again, you would think somebody running for federal office would understand. Again, the Florida governor can do literally nothing about this. Maybe he can make a phone call to Biden. I don't know if he'd even be willing to do that. Probably not a good look. But again, he actually brings up a good point. A lot of these people were veterans. People who had, sworn to protect the country, and then they turn around and essentially attempt to overthrow our democratic processes here. Yes, you deserve to be prosecuted for this. Again, you deserve a fair trial. But this Miguel guy is talking out of his rear end if he thinks that these people are patriots and that they automatically just deserve to be released. Welcome to the justice system, folks. Be lucky or be grateful that you're not treated like we see the police officers treat so many unarmed black people in this country. You got arrested, you got caught, you bragged about it, your social media posts have shown these kinds of things, and you're going to face justice for it. Get a good lawyer, go argue your case, and then see what comes of it. You don't get to skirt the justice system just because you support the guy that these other Republicans support. And that's what they have to remember. You can go rally and tally all you want, but it doesn't change the facts that these people broke the law, and now they're being held accountable for it.